Now, in all initiatory events have the foundational element of death. Something must die. An old pattern, an old habit, an old identity, perception, ultimately a state of consciousness, a level of awareness must disintegrate for the reemergence of a new state of consciousness into higher awareness. Death before dying. Dying onto yourself. Like the allegory of Odin. Sacrificing himself, dying unto himself for knowledge, to achieve wisdom, to achieve higher consciousness. Think about the three phases of initiation. Separation, liminal, integration. We need to let go of our old false ideologies, these belief systems that are obviously not serving us. We need to let those die. But humanity is scared of death. This is the primal fear. All death is based, or all fear is based in ignorance, and mainly the fear of death is the primal fear. We need to embrace this in a spiritual, metaphorical, and metaphysical process. So, initiation is about self-ownership. Discovering your inner authority to own your life. Being responsible and accountable for one's own actions. Understanding your autonomy and sovereignty under natural law. Initiation is becoming a moral human being. And so, initiate means to ignite, to inflame with the fire of truth and right action. This is what initiation is. The rites of passage, the initiation process. It's about self-ownership, being a responsible human being. So responsibility, the ability to respond to what? To yourself, to the human condition of slavery, duress, and violence. What is your response to that? What is your response to yourself, your bad habits, your false belief systems? First, you need to take that on. You need to be honest with yourself and analyze yourself and dissect. Burn it off and reemerge, just like the allegorical story of the phoenix. So, the rites of passage, the initiation through natural law, is about attaining spiritual adulthood. Becoming a mature human being is not just biological, physical development. It is also psychological, emotional, moral, metaphysical, and philosophical, which all are spiritual aspects that comprise a human being who understands the foundational framework of the self, the natural world, and what it means to be a good human being. In modern society, all of these aspects are deflected, ignored, inverted, occulted, and misguided, which can be observed in the aggregate human condition. So all of these aspects, the metaphysical, which means beyond physical, the energetic, the psychological, we need to dive deep into the natural law principles. mentalism, polarity, vibration, correspondence, rhythm, cause and effect, mental gender. We need to understand these at a deep level, because these are the inner workings of nature and the self. This is about evolving. Evolution is the force that is willing consciousness to move forward and expand into more complex forms. It is not just the biological propagation of genes. It is epigenetics, which means beyond genes. The wisdom of morality and the awareness of natural law. Genes can propagate physically, and one can still be devolving due to their opposition metaphysically. A rite of passage is the transference of universal wisdom from generation to generation as a tradition. Bringing it to the first principle of natural law of mentalism, it's about your state of mind. This is the metaphysical realm, the causal realm, where every root of any problem resides in the mental realm. So just because genes are being propagated, that does not mean one is evolving. We are evolving when we ourselves are become spiritual adults, moral human beings, and we educate our youth. And our culture transforms into a moral, harmonious culture with nature and with ourselves, where we are co-creating freedom. This becomes the human tradition that we pass down generation to generation. That is evolution, moving forward. It takes some hard work. Facing ourselves is what it takes. Facing yourself. Modern initiation. One does not need to survive in the jungle and fight a bear, or accomplish 20 ayahuasca retreats, or be suspended in a dark cave for weeks to become initiated. In fact, the hardest process of facing yourself is to be done in the mirror. By exploring your internal ecology, your internal environment, breaking down false axioms, illuminating the dark alleys of your psyche, and distilling the soul with pure honesty, courage, and the will for change. That is the great work. The internal process, the initiation process, going through those steps. This is what we need to do. So, of course, go ahead, do the ayahuasca ceremonies. Sit in the dark cave. Those are great aspects, I'm sure, that add a certain aspect of growth. But getting down to the causal, the essence of what initiation is, of becoming a spiritual adult, is facing yourself and understanding natural law and objective morality. That's the hardest work to do. Lifelong process of looking in the mirror and reevaluating your situation and who you are and what you believe and why you believe what you believe. The majority of human beings will not do that. It's our job as individuals to do that work. We have a responsibility as individuals to do that work and to influence others, to inspire others to take that process of initiation. Ultimately, it's a metamorphosis. It's time to grow up, humanity, and relinquish that which binds back our forward progress. It's time to embrace the metamorphosis of real change through initiation, to ignite willpower, exercise conscience, and participate in the one great work of ending human slavery. The responsibility is within your own life to activate true spiritual evolution for truth, love, and freedom. This is what it's about. That internal process, the great work, and activating and taking action in the real world and doing the one great work. The choice, as always, is yours.